smartphone is like having Kobe right in your pocket. Elegant, powerful, everything flows. You'll never fall behind with Lenovo smartphone.
Walang iwanan.
For those who do.
Are you ready for me, Manila? What's there to do? Keep it hot.
Manila, walang iwanan. Please welcome 15-time NBA All-Star Kobe Bryant.
Thank you. How's everybody feeling? So we all understand why we're here. I think the big message, and I've been very fortunate to be able to work with a great brand in Lenovo, and I think that the messages that we share are the most important. We believe in inspiring. We believe in doing. It's one thing to have a dream. It's one thing to say I'm going to accomplish this, that, and the other. But it's another thing when you wake up to actually do it, to actually go for it. Thank you, thank you. And what happens is when you wind up accomplishing your dreams, when you wind up coming seemingly out of nowhere, you wind up inspiring others to do the same thing, which is then where we get to walang iwanan. Because the most important thing in life is to bring others with you. So take the success that you have, take the will, the determination, the drive that you have, and use that to inspire others and just have this domino effect. And we'll wind up making a serious impact on society and world as a whole by doing that. And that's what I stand for, and that's what Lenovo stands for. So thank you guys so much for coming out here. Thank you.
Thank you, Kobe.
Thank you.
Let me just start off. There are a lot of people that have sent us questions to ask you, but let me just start it off by saying that a lot of people are inspired by who you are. You've come through a very long journey all these years. You have achieved so much in your career and continue to do so, and we're happy about that. Aren't we happy about this success and the continuing success of Kobe Bryant? You know, our friends at the press were with you earlier today, and I'm sure they asked you a lot of questions, but we will now ask more questions and give you more questions.
Sure.
But, okay, starting off with, what are your other passions aside from basketball?
Wow. Yeah, well, if we're talking about sports, soccer's my, that's my second favorite passion right there. But I enjoy hanging out and doing fun things with my family, with my kids. I enjoy swimming. I enjoy going to movies. I enjoy fishing. Yeah, that stuff's fun.
When you said the word movies and fishing, there's a different smile on your face. Okay. What movies does Kobe Bryant like to watch?
Yeah, I watch all kinds of movies. I watch all kinds, from science fiction to horrors to comedy. Like I like them all. I just like watching people do great things. I like watching people who take their craft seriously, and when I'm watching a movie, it feels like I'm not even watching a movie. That's what I enjoy.
Being part of a great legacy, which is the Lakers. Now a lot of people are now saying that your career has taken a different turn, wherein now you are the leader that they've always wanted you to be. How important is it for you that you are now what we can term as a facilitator? You're more of a facilitator. How does that treat you?
It's the topic of leadership is always a very touchy one for people, because most of the time leaders have to make unpopular decisions and have to do things that are sometimes unpopular. And I think a lot of leaders fail because they don't have the bravery to touch that nerve or to strike that chord. And for me, throughout my years, I haven't had that fear. And it rubs some people the wrong way, but at the end of the day, you want to get results. And that's what it's all about. And you want to make sure you have, thank you. Yeah, I mean, that's the common goal, is you want to make sure you continue to push. Now, as I've gotten older, I've been able to kind of temper that and better understand how to communicate to individuals a certain way. But as a leader, it's your responsibility to get the team or corporation or whatever it is to that ultimate goal.
What makes, for you, aside from the tagline of Lenovo, which is walang iwanan, how important is that, not only for an athlete like yourself, but how important is that for a human being?
Well, because you enhance society, you enhance culture. You know, if you just do things and just keep it all to yourself, you don't use that to bring others with you, and you don't use that to inspire the next generation so that they can then come with you and follow in your footsteps, then what do you really have? You know, this is, you know, for me, it's bigger than playing basketball. You know, basketball is going to be over one day. And when I leave the game, I want to feel like I've left an imprint or left a mark enough where people, not only basketball players, but lawyers, doctors, whatever the case may be, can have the same type of mentality in what they do that I've had and what I've done.
You know, you've mentioned, that was a very nice statement. For a lot of people all over the world, you are an idol, you are an icon, you are somebody they look up to. There are 5, 10-year-olds there that are saying now, I want to be like you when I grow up. Now, what would be the best piece of advice that you will tell these children?
Oh, I would say go after it. Whatever your goal is, whatever your dream is, go after it. And then now the steps that come in after that, that's the hard part, because you have to pay attention to the details, right? It's constant work, it's constant grind. You know, there's a lot of times where your friends may be out partying or hanging out or whatever, and you have to make a choice, you have to make a decision on what's more important to you. Is it more important to hang out and do all of these things? Or is it more important to focus on getting to your goal?
Is it with your massive celebrity? Would you like to have a seat?
I'm okay, actually. My tendon feels really, really good. I feel strong.
Okay, let me touch on that for a while. Your injury was supposed to heal, well, they usually say it's about 6 months, right. 6 to 9 months.
Right.
It's in only 4.
Yeah.
And you're walking around as if nothing happened.
Yeah.
How is it like somebody like you can heal so quick?
Well, I mean, I was really lucky. You know, we went in and had surgery the next day, which was different, and then I have an incredible staff of therapists and strength and conditioning trainers. So, you know, they really helped me along the way get to where I am. So,
you know, for somebody like him to heal that quick, there must be something special, right? There must be something. What do you think is it, people? Why is it that this guy is so special for all of you? Is it because he's an MVP? Is it because he's a 2-time Olympian? Is it because he's a 15-time NBA All-Star? Or is it because he is a Los Angeles Laker? How good is it that all these years you started playing with one team and continue to do so until now?
That's really special. You know, it's hard to find. You know, in this generation of sports, an athlete that stays with the team the entire time. But that's always been my dream as a kid. You know, I always thought that's how it should be. You start out with the team and then you end with the team. You know, that's you know, when I was growing up, man, I bled purple and gold, man, still do.
You know, okay, let me just get into all of these crazy Filipino basketball fans who have been giving us a lot of questions. Oh yeah, keep on doing that. That's good. Okay. Do you play fantasy basketball, NBA, fantasy NBA? Do you
No,
get
I
into that?
don't have much time to play fantasy basketball. Not much time.
But if given a choice, if given an opportunity, who will be your first 5 all-time? Your all-time first 5.
All-time favorite players?
Favorite players, yeah.
Okay, all-time favorite players. Well, let's see, I got to start at the top with my guards, and Magic and Michael. And then I got to go with a lot of people forget. Particularly our generation has really forgotten how good Larry Bird was. Larry Bird was, you know, we all Laker faithful. We all hated his guts, but the man could flat out play. And then, you know, I got to go Bill Russell, and then I got to go Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I mean, that's a pretty good top 5.
You know, a lot of players that you mentioned have actually played a long career with a single team. Yeah. Do you think that's important?
Well, I mean, it's important to me. I mean, it's something that I've always wanted to do growing up. I mean, it's, you know, different strokes for different folks. You know, everybody likes what they like. But for me, it's really important to stay with one team.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, I am right now, as I stand here, I am overwhelmed because now I am a facilitator and I am a fan at the same time. I know, but you're luckier. You'll have pictures of him later. Kobe, how did you get all these qualities? What do you attribute it to? Hard work? Being able to sustain, in spite of the celebrity, being able to discipline yourself. You even brought a trainer with you on this trip.
Oh yeah, the trainers go with me everywhere. Everywhere. So family vacations and, you know, business trip, they're there all the time.
How does that work? I mean, obviously an 82-game season is taxing enough as it is. But to even on days off, have to train, watch your diet, watch what you do.
Right.
For many of us, there's no vacation. There's no times off.
You know, here's the thing. I'd much rather suffer and deal with the pain when there's only, you know, my staff and, you know, a few other people watching. Or I'm out working out on the track and I'm running, it's just me. I had to deal with that pain then and be ready in front of, you know, 20,000 or however millions of people are watching, as opposed to not dealing with it, you know, when nobody's watching, and then be on TV in front of everybody like this.
Okay, I remember that reaction. The moment you tore that heel.
Yeah.
The moment you tore that heel, 95% of these people here watching on TV went, uh-oh.
Yeah.
What went through your mind the moment that happened?
As soon as I did it, I said, I have to make these free throws. I gotta make these free throws.
But did you actually say, I have to go to the line, or did the pain say, I better go back to the bench?
No. I mean, it was immediate. So like, as soon as it happened, I knew what it was, and I knew I was done. I knew it. So as soon as it happened, it's like, boom, torn Achilles, I'm done. I gotta make these free throws, because, you know, we've come all the way back. You know, we've been fighting all year to get to the playoffs, and this is a big couple points that we need right here, and it's my responsibility to step up there and knock them down, and then take my butt off the court.
You know, that for a lot of people is a quality, or one of the characteristics of a great athlete. But what for you is the most important characteristic of a great basketball player?
I think it's curiosity. And I don't think that's just in basketball. I think that's in anything. You know, you have curiosity to constantly try to figure out ways to get better, and constantly figure out ways that you can learn from others. That includes your peers. That includes things that are outside of basketball. You know, whether it's art or music or, you know, whatever it may be. You try to find different ways to better yourself by looking at others.
Okay, let me just not get serious for about one question.
Sure.
Name me your favorite musical album.
My favorite musical album. Which genre?
Whatever genre you want to tell me.
Hip hop? We'll do hip hop? Okay, we'll do hip hop. Let's see. we just had this conversation the other day. I have to say Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt still remains my favorite album. Yeah. American Gangster's a close second.
Yeah.
Life After Death, Biggie Small. I mean, it's a couple of them, but I'll go with Reasonable Doubt.
Did you actually, okay, I read somewhere that you actually did a record.
I did what?
You did a record.
I did, with Tyra Banks.
You did a record.
How was
that experience? And do you want to go back to it?
Nah, you know, it's funny though, that experience really taught me a lot about marketing. It taught me a lot about marketing. It taught me a lot about the record industry and how things work, which I then, you know, used later on in life to understand how to market some of the products that I had, you know, from Nike to now the relationship that I had with Lenovo and being able to frame a story that makes sense. So I learned a lot during that time.
Okay, you mentioned Lenovo already. Let's talk about Lenovo and the K900. A lot of us got a really big kick out of the television commercial because at the end, you mentioned you say in Filipino, walang iwala. Just very important to us. What about the K900 do you love?
Well, first of all, the quad band, the speed is something that I really enjoy. You want to be able to connect, you want to be able to connect quickly and seamlessly. And then the other thing, the camera system is awesome. You know, and I just, you know, I think everybody knows I just started on social media not too long ago. I'm having a good time with it. And so to be able to have a device that's a mobile device that I can take excellent pictures with and edit and do the things that I want to do, video, etc. At a high quality helps me out.
You know, a lot of people can't live without their phones. Are you one of them? That cannot go anywhere without a telephone. Yeah. I was asking them a while ago, how long can you stand not touching, or at the very least, having to touch your phone and checking on what's in it?
Well, I have to set rules. So, you know, for the first half of the summer, you know, there's no rules. I use my phone whenever people text me, email me, business, whatever. Now, when I go back home after this trip, now the rules happen. Where from, you know, 6 in the morning to 11, nobody email me, nobody text me, nobody do anything because I'm training. So, and then from, you know, 12 to 5, then it's work and I'll be on my phone. But then after that, nothing.
Everything.
Family time.
No communication.
After that, it's family time.
Okay, Kobe. Let me just ask another question from our friends. Actually, Direct, you can scroll it up a bit. But before they do, there are 3 things which are important to a basketball player, no matter what country they come from: Olympic gold, a championship, or an MVP award. You've gotten all 3 already. You've gotten 2 Olympic golds. You have numerous NBA championships and MVP award. But I will not put you in the spot by saying which is more special, but what separates one from the other?
Well, I don't think there's, you know, one that separates one, you know, something that separates them, you know, because they all kind of have a common thread of teamwork.
Or what distinguishing factor?
I don't really say there's anything that distinguishes that. I think it's, you know, the cool part about all 3 of them is that the mentality that you have to have to accomplish those things is the same. And that you know, that to me, that's the coolest part about it. When I look at the gold or MVP or NBA championship, I can remember the stories and, you know, the experiences and the up and down moments. I mean, it's a common thread that brings them all together.
You know, was the experience playing in the world enough for you? Have you tried it once and being able to qualify for the Olympics?
Yeah, I mean, I love competing. I love competition. And so it's never enough. You know, I always could play more, you know, but I think it's more so than that. You have to allow the young guys that are coming up their opportunity. You know, if I was in their shoes, I'd want the same thing. And, you know, I've had my fun. They can go ahead and play in the Worlds. You know, just, you know, leave the NBA championship stuff to me.
Okay. For a lot of these people here, you've been here a lot of times already in the past. what was so far, what is the most special moment so far amongst all of your visits to this country?
Well, I mean, the special moment was probably playing in the game against the players and, you know, enjoying that competition and, you know, seeing how much they've improved already since then. You know, that's probably been my favorite moment coming out here thus far.
How would you rate the Filipino basketball fans?
The fans are, I mean, you know, it's the passion for the game, the passion for the sport. I mean, it's there, man. It's like, I feel like I'm at Staples Center, man. It's good.
These guys are crazy.
It's great, man.
These guys are crazy, but love crazy. Okay, I'm about to wind up. I know you gotta have a busy day. What's the most important thing to keep in mind when you're inside the basketball court?
Well, when you're inside the basketball court, the most important thing to remember is you focus on the play that's in front of you. You don't get distracted by what some idiot hater fan is saying in the stands, right? You don't get distracted by the shot you just missed or the turnover you just made. You focus on what's in front of you at that moment in time. You're trying to do the best job you can. That's the important thing.
Okay, my second to the last question is, what advice can you give young people who want to be not just any basketball player, but who want to be the next Kobe Bryant?
Work at it. Work at it. You know, you have to work at it. It's not easy. You know, it's you know, when I was a kid, I always used to think, you know, when I felt like I had enough working out and I go lay down somewhere, I'd sit there in my bed and I'd be thinking there's probably a kid somewhere in like Iowa or something that's up right now working out. So let me get up and get back to work. You know, it's just a lot of work.
So with a lot of work comes a lot of patience, a lot of perseverance, a lot of sacrifice.
Sure.
But in the end, you get to be like this, boys and girls. You get to be like this. Kobe, give your many fans a parting shot before we start giving all of these people an opportunity to have a picture with you.
Well, I'll say thank you so much for coming out. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for all your support. And you know, I'd say, you know, embrace challenges. Embrace doubt, embrace haters, embrace all that stuff, because you just use that to make you a better person. And that you use that to fuel your motivation and to do, and not just sit on your butt, but actually do it. So thank you so much, guys, and see you soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Kobe Bryant! Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for Kobe Bryant. We'll just take a quick break. Kobe will be right back, ladies and gentlemen, as we will fulfill the promise of our friends and fans who would want to have a photograph with him. How was the experience so far? How was that? How was